All right, hello everyone. I think we're live. We're checking if we're live. I try to do this differently now so that we can be live on YouTube with a proper thumbnail and also live on Twitch at the same time. So that's what we're attempting here. Let's see if this worked. Okay, it looks like I have. See, I'm still getting used to this, I'll be honest, but I'm also learning how to use more stuff because now I have Restream, which allows me to stream to Twitch and this at the same time, and YouTube, Twitch and YouTube. But I'm not a affiliate or whatever on Twitch, so I can do that at least for now. And then if ever I make affiliate, then I'll have to reconsider how I'm doing this. All right, so I wasn't planning going live again today, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyways because I still have the energy to draw. So why not live stream? So you can see the character I have kind of selected on the screen. I'm going to get back to that in a second here. I'm just getting something figured out because I just realized I'm showing two separate live streams for YouTube, and that ain't good. Okay, I have to end this one. Delete forever. Yes, delete forever. While you wait, you can leave this screen. Okay, so now we should have only one live stream. There you go, one live stream. Let me just share this real quick, and then we'll get going. All right. So this is the subject of our drawing now. So if you are new here, okay, sorry, that was a long intro of me just kind of getting figured out on how to do this properly because again, I'm learning how to use Restream.io, which is so far it's really cool. I'm using the free version, which allows me to just stream to those two places. And I'm using OBS Studio, and so I don't have to have like like a watermark on the screen for a restream, which is nice. That's really nice. I think if I use a browser, they have a watermark on there, so I'm glad I don't have to do that. And otherwise, I'm really happy that I can stream to both places. That's pretty cool. And as I had just been on Twitch, just kind of drawing, fun, and I figured, well, why not come back here and just do both? Why not? Maybe someone will get on here. We can talk. So in the meantime, we're just getting some stuff settled out here real quick, and we will continue this artwork. I just want to share this in one more location. This is where I should have had this ready beforehand, right? Well, you can always tell me in Twitch or in chat. All right, that is set up. So, okay, we're doing a series of 100 figures. We did 50 male and 50 female, but we're finishing the females right now. And for the males, we did 30 from reference and 20 without reference. Now we're on to the females, and we already did, as you can see, we did 30 with reference, and they look pretty nice. I like them. I'm happy with them. Now we're doing 20 without reference. We've already done these over here, and then this one down here. You can tell there's a difference, right? These ones aren't quite as good, but they're not horrendous, at least not all of them. And so I've done 8. I'm working on the 9th. And that is what we're doing. So we're just sketching from imagination, trying to make these look right. You get to watch and see all the errors, how it's fixed. You know, if you're learning, if you're just learning, this can be a lot of fun. And you get the chance to talk and ask questions and things like that, which is cool. And if you don't, then I'm just going to keep on drawing and talking to myself. So you can see on this figure, I am drawing on top of a foundation that I already drew. I didn't quite like how some of the things were laid out. Now, I have not done a study on the face yet. And I guess I should preface that with I've already done, I do commission work. I do portraits, actually. I do portrait work. And, I can do pretty good at that, but I'm trying to challenge myself to grow to where I do this really well at like a top level from imagination. See, I don't want to just draw. I don't want to be limited to only drawing what I see. I want to be able to use reference to just make what I draw better. But I want to be able to draw from imagination as much as I can. And I know some people like really master that. It's an amazing thing. And I know some people are going to be like, you shouldn't try to do that. You must always use reference. And it's like, well, reference can definitely be extremely useful. So I'm not saying don't use reference. Don't misunderstand. But it's been a goal of mine forever to be good enough that I can make believable pictures without it. I didn't say perfect, I said believable, So that's a little bit different. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm actually studying, well, not right now, but what I'm doing is based off studies I've done from comic book artists because they're so amazing at drawing from imagination. Especially certain ones, like some of these guys are just amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Kind of spending a lot of time in this hand because I'm trying to recall. See, I was on a roll with what I was saying on Twitch before I came back over here to YouTube. And, well, actually to both. I'm on Twitch and YouTube, but I was in a good flow of discussion. And now I'm trying to remember where I was and get back into that. And I'm just kind of doodling on this hand because of that. So if you have any questions, anything at all, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy. You'll notice I haven't been doing as many regular, I guess, polished videos because frankly they take a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time, and I'm trying to make the best use of my time. And I figure eventually people are gonna start coming here more. It's just what eventually, because I'm not half bad. I can just be a lot better. And I mean, I wish I could have watched someone draw when I was a kid. I mean, this is just cool. The ability to watch someone do this is super cool. And even if I'm not the best ever, that's okay because some people still can learn from me or learn with me, right? Because I am here to learn. I'm here to help others. Okay, so right now we're doing the figure study challenge. We're not doing the head challenge yet, or technically we're not doing the hand challenge either. Later on, we're going to come back to this, and we will hit the head and the turn off my touch. There you go. We will end up doing the head and the hands as a challenge of their own because they deserve it. You know, they're that important. I've picked up some design cues that David Finch does. I just well, at the very least, there are things that he does when he was teaching some of these classes that he has on his YouTube, and I really liked how some of this worked, and I tend to use it regardless now. I love it. Now, the original goal was to, I guess, do these 100 figure studies that I'm finishing up, and then do it again immediately with photo reference. Because despite, uh, well, I mean, I'm studying from comic book artists, but I don't want to be, I don't want to, divorce myself from realism. And if you want to be real with your artwork, you kind of have to study real life. But right now, I'm actually thinking I'm gonna come and do that later on. I'm gonna adjust my plan. If you see my videos, you know that I have lesson plans, and eventually I'm hoping to make them available to you guys. I have gotten requests about that. I've been told that it's really helped people so far, which is pretty awesome because this channel is very new. It's like a month, right? So it's pretty darn new. So it's pretty cool to be having an impact of some kind, and I want to keep doing that. So I'm thinking of taking my lesson plan, at least the one that I have for myself, and making that available through my Discord. And then also, which by the way, there's a link below. Um, I also want to update the lesson plan so that I can provide you a list of things that maybe don't require as many purchased items. Because mine does have some purchased items. It's much cheaper than going to college though. And if you can actually stick to the plan, I think it would definitely, definitely make you a professional as long as you actually do the work. The hard part then becomes, are you getting feedback on your work? Are you actually having anyone look at it? Because if you're just doing it in a bubble by yourself, I'm sorry, but you're not gonna have the growth that you need, or that you could otherwise have had if you can have someone give some kind of feedback. Either that, or you need to be really good on your own to compare it to other people without getting discouraged. If you can compare it to other people and be truly, truly honest with yourself and not lose hope or motivation, then perhaps you can do that too. All right, what do you think? Pretty happy with that. Oh yeah, check that out. I mean, it's such a small difference, but I'm so happy I redrew that. One of them is way too stocky. I'll let you guess which one that is, huh? And one of them is just looks more feminine. I actually increased the upper body a little bit, but not the stomach area. I actually moved the shoulder up, and so I increased the top of the torso. I've been kind of fighting that a little bit because I go back and forth on, kind of struggling to get the right length of the torso. So that's one of my problem areas. That's me being honest with myself, like I just said. That's one of my areas that I need to work on. And that's one of the things I'm doing. Now, if there's something that you struggle with, what do you struggle with? Maybe you can put it in the comments. Eventually, or if you catch me live, we can always chat about things. I am trying to keep topics as much as I can to kind of where I'm studying, or at least something that I've already studied, because I'm making myself go back and do all this again. And there's just so much to remind myself, you know. I want to take the time to do this right. I feel like this is wrong. I feel like this needs to be more like this. Maybe this. I probably shouldn't even be drawing this on, right? I mean, I should be hinting at it, very carefully hinting at it, and not doing anything more than that. I am going to consciously bring this in a little bit, the back, just a smidge, because I want to make sure there's not a tangent with the thumb. And I think it'll still look okay if I just bring it in a slight bit. But I don't want to decrease the thumb. I like that. Much better than the first sketch. That's how this goes. You do a sketch, you do adjustments. Yeah, see, I don't like this hand either, but I don't want to get stuck on the hand. I'm just trying to do the figure. All right, this person is kind of flying, so we'll do some kind of a stylized ponytail or something. Not a loose ponytail, but a tighter one. This is the extent of kind of the heads as I'm doing it right now. Again, I've done portraits and I do those as commissions and stuff, but right now we're focusing on what we want to improve. And I'm hoping that we'll see good returns in the future. You hear that? That's my dog. They get allergies. It's the weirdest thing. I didn't know dogs got allergies, but both of my dogs get allergies. All right, so we have the basic figure. Now I'm going to map out some basic shadows using watercolor brush. And hopefully I do this correctly because I keep like I don't know if I'm changing the layers or I'm doing something where it's like losing the watercoloriness. I don't know. It's losing the watercolor nature. And actually, so I'm using Rebel. If you haven't heard of that, I want to see if I can change the. Oh, what is this? The. Oh, whoops. It has a feature. Reset brush changes. Whoops. Let's go back down to 25. Okay, it has a feature where when it dries, it can granulate the paint, which can happen in real life. And I just wanted to do less than it was. I want to do a lot less. So how do I change the granulation? Is it here? Watercolor behavior. Yeah, it has to be a granulation. Okay. We are granulation 1, granulation 2, granulation 3. I don't know what that is. We're going to decrease this to like 1. And we're just going to see how it behaves. Oh, I bet you can't even see this, right? Because how OBS works. Okay, I have the watercolor menu up, which is pretty cool with lots of things you can customize. And it just doesn't show up for you because it's not part of the window here. That's interesting. Can I put it here? I mean, I can make it huge. That's not good. Let's. There you go. Can you see that? Should be able to see that now. Yeah, now you can see that. So I just turned the granulation right here down to 1, and we're going to see how it works. This is a fantastic real media painting program if you've never used it. I'm going to keep my tools up. I like seeing my tools. Okay, the shading we're going to do is pretty simple. And we're going to be thinking about, now just so you know, I have the water paused, so it's not going to start drying until we hit unpause. And we're just thinking of the shape in 3D. And we're imagining the light kind of coming somewhere like this. Let's go ahead and just darken as a local value the entire hair. You know, the original plan was actually to do 100 gestures, and I completely went away from that. I realized this is not quite a gesture. I sometimes get into gesture when I'm actually, I guess, making the figure itself in the first stage. But at this point, I would say this is no longer a gesture. It's more of a figure drawing, just not a finished one. All right, let's cast the shadow here. This is one of the things I really wanted to get better at, which was, just casting shadows. And I think doing the practical practice of it is going to really help. Although I think I'll get a huge boost to this when I actually do it from reference. That's when you really get to master things. But it also helps to do it from imagination too. In fact, there's a technique or I guess, a fact, if you want to call it, that if you're trying to figure something out, trying to learn something, study something, it's a good idea to first learn it, or to first try to figure out what is the answer. Even though you don't know, you have no idea. It's like, how do you think it could be done? Even if it was, how does a nuclear engine work or something? Reactor, there you go, nuclear reactor. Like, how does it actually work? Well, you brainstorm ideas, you try to think of it yourself, then you go look at the actual answer. And supposedly, doing that can help you actually learn it better. Even if you are completely wrong in what you thought, the fact that you tried to work through it and then you go correct it with the right information will help it stick. And I find that to be amazing. Like, that's just so fascinating. And so I'm hoping that will help me as well. That's one reason you should be practicing from imagination. And that's part of what I'm doing here. It's exactly that. So I will be, whether I do it immediately after this or I just go more into anatomy and then come back to doing the figure studies. But by doing those things, I will be doing that in-depth study and learning how to do this properly, or learning how to fix some of the things that I do get wrong. And then I'll be better. And hopefully I'll be able to remember it better. And that's exciting. That's super exciting. We should all rejoice for the ability to learn. And isn't that one of the funnest things about artwork anyways? You get to learn. Practice new things. Like, who would want to do a job that's like, you do it for a few months and you've mastered every single thing about it? It's like, how boring would that be? I feel very blessed to be interested in artwork. Let's just block that all in. Okay. Okay, let's unpause and now maybe just get some water and wet some of that out. I guess I should just use the smudge brush, huh? I'm not sure that was the right thing to do. Remember your soft and hard edges. If you don't know what that is, you can ask. But it deals with how shadows exist. Very, very important for shadows. Soft and hard edge. I want to put just a little bit. I'm going to dry. I'm going to dry it, and then I'm going to wet a little bit and just put. Oh, I'm still on smudge. Let's not do that. I'm going to reinforce some of the areas where there's a core shadow. Just a little bit. Part of the reasons I'm doing this is also just to learn this program better. So I feel like it's such an amazing program. Okay, I think using the hotkeys to help stop that from fading out entirely because it wants to fade into all of the wet areas. And it needs to just flow just a tiny smidge. So I needed to control that better. My dog's having a dream. Can you hear that? He's barking at something in his dreams. All right, I think I'm happy with this figure actually. So we're gonna do another one. I just did a quick test through the Restream chat. Oh, that's so cool. Man, if you haven't tested this out, this is so cool. So I put one message and it went to both Twitch and YouTube. How amazing is that? If you guys want to know how to use this program, maybe I'll do a short video on how to do that. But how cool is that? I'm quite happy with that. That's awesome. All right. Okay, let's get rid of this little shadow light, this light indicator. Well, I guess it indicates shadow 2, right? Because it has to go based on that. Look at the difference that makes. Isn't that awesome? Just a little bit of shadow. So cool. And now it's not perfectly shaded. I know that. I get that. I'm not trying to make it perfectly shaded. There's a lot you could do to make this look more 3D. But that's not the point of what I'm trying to do. I'm just doing enough to get the idea so that I can move on. That's the goal. I mean, because really, I should be doing just basic gestures, and I just find it more pleasing and useful to do this. Just getting assaulted by on both sides here. All right, let's label this one. This is number 9. We are halfway. Is everything done with this? So much better than that one. This one wasn't good. It is gone forever. Okay. All right, let's get on to another one, shall we? I'm trying to, do new things I haven't done before. Like I'm trying to challenge myself and just think of new designs. Like I really should have had some kind of, I don't know, like an idea generator or something, so I could like have something like have a person doing this, have a person jumping out of a window or falling down or whatever. It'd be so much more useful to try to illustrate a figure doing an activity, and I don't have that ready, so we can't. We just got to make stuff up. What if, here's an idea. Oh, okay, let me think of this for a second. How do I want to? I'm trying to imagine a character like smashing something, like smashing a chair or a bat. That'd be more simple, like smashing a bat on the ground or something. First, I'm trying to think of it in my head, and then I'll start sketching some ideas. I don't really want to do just a straight on side view because we have a whole bunch. I mean, we have a bunch of side views. I don't want to. I don't want to keep the side views. I want to do something different. Although I suppose even swinging a bat would be something interesting. All right, we're just gonna play with some ideas and see what happens. This is the more of the gestural part, which I should be doing more of. I guess that's a good thing to practice hard poses. So if you imagine someone holding a bat with the left hand, right, the hand that's on top is the one that has control, more control. So it would be this hand. If she's right-handed, then it'd be this hand on top. And this hand on bottom, so you'd actually see this hand, I guess, because say if they're pitched like this, maybe. Or should it be pitched backwards? Yeah, I think it's better like that. We're going to do that. This is part of the creative process, you know? Like smudging when I need to erase. The creative process, you get to play with ideas, which means I need the other hand to be coming this way. This hand is, we'll figure out the actual structure of the hands in a bit. Right now, I just want to make sure it looks okay. And then she's going to be if you imagine you get to see like crazy eyes, showing the whites of the eyes. I'm totally drawing through the arm on purpose, right? Because these are 3D objects that need to connect in space correctly. And once you have it, then you can erase some of these structural lines that you have. This is a thick arm, though. It's a thick arm. Okay, now what are her legs doing? What? Oh, what shall her legs be doing? I mean, shall she be jumping at us? We have running at us twice. Different legs, though. They're different, right? We have a weird kind of flying straight at us and floating in the air, skating. What is this lady going to be doing, though? I can imagine her trying to, like, scare something out of the area. I don't know if that's the best. About it's not much action in that pose. About like that. Just trying to think of the action line to get some movement in this. To get a feeling of dynamic movement. So let's go with this. Let's say somehow the leg is coming this way, but what direction is it facing? Because that matters where the pelvis is at. See, all this plays together. It's so much fun. As this problem solving, I think I would have loved about programming and things of that nature. It's just cooler here. Hello, Lilybeth. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Okay, we have to remember, so there's some of the basic things. The calves go in that direction, ankles go in that direction. Some of these simple cues that can help make sure you get it right. If she is on her toes. We'll be doing a foot study too, by the way, eventually. Okay, I think I like the feel of that. Now I need the other. I need the other one. The other leg. Actually, I really like that leg. I think they came out nice. Ooh, I like that. That's cool. Now, hopefully the body is the right length. I keep running into an issue where I either make the torso too short or too long. Now the arms are actually raised, so the actual torso is more like this. Let's go like that. If you'll give me just one little minute here, I want to check something. All right, let us continue. I actually think I'm pretty happy with that. Let me measure the head and the pelvis. I could actually make the legs quite a bit longer. So if you were to look at the head down to the crotch area, and you put that same distance down, that would be about here, which means a foot's too short. Darn it. And I like that leg. I really do. I like it. So I need to adjust this. Guys, if you are here and you have any questions, let me know. It's fun to have discussions on all this stuff. Yeah, I don't think I want to shorten the top. I think I like the face more than I like the legs, but I think I can adjust the leg to make it longer. That's what we're going to try to do. And let me see if the leg is there, and that's half. Actually, that might be right there. Oh my gosh, that's quite a bit different. All right, let's make the bottom of the knee here. Let's bring this down. It's quite a bit different. Yeah, we're going to make this much longer. So if you are learning how to figure draw, what do you find the most difficult thing? And what are your goals? Are your goals just to draw the figure at all? Or do you have a more specific goal in mind? Do you have a specific style in mind? I'd love to hear what you are interested in, or what you're struggling with, what you're working through. If you're watching this after the fact, comment below. Okay, that upper leg looks so much better. Now I have to fix this lower leg. It's just ridiculous now. Let's draw on the foot first right now because I need to put it over more. Just kind of knocking it down. Darn, I really enjoyed how this leg looked. But that's one of the things I'm doing, right? There's no taking it too preciously. Just fix it. If you did it once, do it again. do it better. Although her leg is moving, so I don't think I quite want to go as low as that. Maybe up here. I think it'd still look really good. Yeah. The first time I drew it, it had more elegance, Now it's more rough because I'm having to block it in differently. Partly because it just came together faster. Nope. A little bit more. Now, if I wanted to, I could go through and really measure this, But I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm gonna measure after the fact. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. So now we can have the top of the foot coming down. Sadly, they didn't have any real examples of feet like this. At least not the ones that I drew. Just need to make sure it's a big enough foot. All right. About that. I think I'm a lot happier with that. A lot happier. I'm gonna make this leg a little bit longer too. I hope yeah, okay, good. Like I hope I'm recording the time lapse, which I am, thankfully. Thank God. Sometimes these things don't. I don't know if it's my computer. Sometimes these hotkeys don't work anymore, and I'm not sure why. Is there some other key? Or is it just a bug? I don't know. I don't know if this is a bug or not, but for some reason, I'm not able to. Oh, not even my. Okay. This might be a bug. So I can't even use a spacebar to pull up the move tool. So I am going to. Let's stop the time lapse. Does that fix anything? No, it does not. We're going to restart the program. Not the stream, just the program. Can you, hopefully you can still hear me because we are still here. I'm restarting the program. And let's see. You'll have to let me know if you can see this. All right, just look good now. Is it working? I think so. Now let's see. I hit the time lapse. And all right, my buttons are working now, so I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there. All right. Let's go ahead and continue. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to when we get to do like the head, the hand, and the foot challenge. It's going to be 100 of each. And that's going to be with photo reference. And that's going to be super useful. And I think that's going to make some of these things a lot better. All right, yeah, we have to make this back leg bigger. Let's do this. Remember, this actually would go back to the butt in the back, right? So it's going to be a little bit lower, and it's going to come down, and it's going to have a little fold in there because it's squishing together with the calf. Or not a fold. It's going to have a, I don't know. It's going to squish together. I don't have a better word right now. I think I like that better. Okay, let's work on this upper body. I think we have a pretty good foundation here. What's going on? I'm getting messages. What kind of messages? No. All right, nothing important. We shall continue. So, one of the key things here is thinking in terms of 3D. So that's why we built this entire pelvis here, and even the spinal column, so that you know where it is in 3D space. If you can master that, it will really help, especially when you want to shade it correctly, and especially if you want to do it from imagination. It's going to be super important. Now, I may have some of these specific muscles slightly wrong because, again, the deep anatomy study is very soon on the list. But right now, we're not doing that. These were supposed to be gesture studies. I'm just taking it a step further. And this is definitely raised up quite high. Maybe too high? I don't know. Let's see if we can make it look believable. Just remember that these are objects that are going around a real 3D object. And I guess they should be getting pulled upwards by the motion of the arms. So I don't know how entirely realistic this is, but again, we're just taking a gesture a little bit farther, and we'll master this stuff during anatomy study. Yeah, there's not enough space for the top of the. This has to be lower, because that's the clavicle right there. So we're just going to erase this, and we're going to fix it, because it don't look good. Because there has to be space above. This has to be down, maybe like that. Has to be. It just doesn't look right otherwise. And then this is going to come down a lot lower, closer to the bottom of the rib cage. I think that's a better position. So now you can come back in here and just start erasing some of those construction lines. And it'll start looking a lot more finished. That's very interesting though. This program that I'm using, we just got a big update, or an update today, and I've had some problems with it today. So they did something. I don't know what it is, because I haven't had these problems before, or I've had to restart the program a few times. That's really too bad, but I'm still trying to make this the program that I use because I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. Okay, we're going to see the underside of the arm. as we build this out. Now, maybe her bicep would be more flexed if she's going to be pulling the bat down. I don't know. How would that work? You're pulling it this way. No, it wouldn't be the bicep. It would be the tricep. Just think about how the muscles work and how they're trying to pull. So this would be, I mean, this wouldn't be like not working at all, but this would certainly be taking the brunt of this. I can't wait to really master all these anatomical features. I think that arm's too big now. Let's just slim it down. Now she's meant to look a little bit crazed, like she's not a pro basketball defender, defending from zombies with a baseball bat. This is someone who is a little bit scared and doesn't have full confidence in what she's doing. And the drawing, her pose, hopefully reflects that. Just blocking in the hand to get the overall position correct. And then let's draw this arm coming towards the viewer quite strongly. A lot of foreshortening here. Let's see. Now I'm not as well versed at making these forearm muscles look good, so I'm gonna just kind of leave it where it is and just keep on going. That is one thing I'll be working on in the anatomy course. It's like that's like forever the excuse. Oh, we haven't done anatomy yet, but we really haven't. Just going off what we know so far. Something. This would somehow this would be coming out to the. I don't know the exact position, but it'd have to be coming around. To the not the scapula, the shoulder blade. There you go. It's one that everyone knows, the shoulder blade. So this means her head's up. We're looking up at her face. She's scared. She's not entirely confident, but she is gonna swing that bat. So watch out. Let's get some hair of some kind. That's don't know. That's horrible. No. Why did I do that? Let's just undo that horrible mess of a hair. That was bad. Let's make this bigger. Maybe this bat should be Lucille. You get 10 points if you know what that is. So I drew through all the fingers because I want to make sure it lines up correctly. Although that is one heck of a thick bat she's holding onto right there. So we actually need to skinny it up. So I'm going to go against what I said. I mean, it still would be good. It would just be, it would just get bigger slower. So it should still work with what I just drew. But I need to correct the shape a little bit. And then maybe put some barbed wire around it. I forget exactly how this looked. I forget if it crossed over or what. There you go. She's swinging Lucille. Gotcha. All right, just taking a quick break before we do some shading on this guy, on this little lady defending herself in her terror. Just trying to make some kind of story, because what's the point of just drawing all these figures without any kind of story? Okay. Let's get rid of this, this, all this, these dirty marks, random marks everywhere. Let's clean it up real quick. And then let's add some shadow to this. It would be really cool to have like lighting coming from underneath or something. Wonder if we can, wonder if we can do that. Can you guys hear me? I'm being told that my voice is not as loud as it should be. All right, test, test. I'm trying to listen to myself now on my stream. Hey, it's Bill. How are you doing? I'm being told I sound like Bob Ross, but you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. He was very successful. All right, let's continue with this real fast. I'm gonna imagine the light source is coming up. It's gonna be an interesting light source. It's coming up like this. Okay, cool. I'm glad you're able to make it. I think I might be streaming mostly Thursdays and Fridays. I think. I think that kind of fits the schedule pretty well. So far, anyways, I'm still testing all this out. I want to make sure I'm shading the top, like at the forehead, so we're lighting the eyes from underneath. Because that's where this is going to be a cool. So I'm just doing mass shadows here, and then we'll let the watercolor of this program just kind of do its work. And very simple shading just to get this done. And I'm kind of using watercolor also because if I don't, I'm going to end up like trying to paint it, like really take a long time to paint. And that just doesn't, we just don't have time for that. This is supposed to be gesture studies, not full blown paintings. And again, we're really trying to think of these things, every shape as a 3D object. Yeah, see, I wish I could be, I'm really wishing I could go like based on pressure, but this is water. There's no, there's no variation based on pressure. All right, I think that does it for this one. Maybe a couple coarse shadows real quick. Oh, not. There you go. All done. Cool. I'm happy with that. All right, what is this? This is number 10. We are getting close to moving out of, oh, don't want to do that. We're moving very close to moving beyond the figure studies and into other subjects. Just 10 more. All right, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it for the night because we've been streaming for a while between the multiple streams tonight. It's been quite fun. Yeah, that was cool. All right, I had fun with that. Hope you guys had fun. If there's any last minute comments or questions, get them in now before we are done for the night, and then we will catch you guys next time. All right, you guys take care and God bless.